In the previous chapter, we looked at inputting our shading information, and we took a brief look at our location box, energy production box, design status, and equipment detail boxes. I want to point out in the design status, it kind of keeps you up to date on what needs to be done to complete this report. You notice the red X, which lets us know that we have a warning, and it says a design requires at least one inverter, and also a design requires at least one module. We'll move to that area now. Simply click on the Inverters tab, and we're going to click on the Add button to add an inverter. We're going to select the PV powered inverter for this particular report, and we'll select the 4800. We hit the Select button, and now we have that inverter, and we see that we have only one string. And for a moment, we're going to leave it there. We're going to move down here to Modules, click on that, click on the Change tab. We're going to select Canadian Solar Panels. So we scroll down and find those, and we'll select the 190M Clear Power and hit Select. Now you'll notice here in the module section that there's a little scroll down bar. You can have the modules either in portrait or landscape mode. You can add a single module by clicking on the Add Module button, moving the module over to your diagram, and simply click and place it in place. We're going to go ahead and right click on this to delete it, and we're going to move down here to our layout actions. We have a couple of options. We can fill our plane area, we can limit our panels based upon kilowatt hours, or we can limit with the number of modules. For now, we're going to have it put on fill plane area, and when I click on the do layout, you notice that the whole plane is filled with panels. If we look down here, it tells us that the total number of panels that we have is 48. Now I want to direct your attention back to the design status box, and it tells us first of all that the maximum number of modules per string can only be 9, and that this particular inverter can have up to 3 strings, and each string can have a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 9 modules. I'm going to go ahead and edit this and change my number of panels down from the 48 to the 27. To do that, I'm going to click on the box that says limit number of modules. I'm going to change it to 27. In number of rows, I want these to appear in 3 rows, and now I'm going to click the do layout. You'll receive a delete warning to ask you, do you really want to do this? Simply click OK, and now I have my 3 rows of 9 panels each. But since each inverter can only handle 9 modules, we're going to need to add a couple of strings. So we're going to click back on the Inverters tab. Under Inverter Strings, we're going to click Add and Add again. And you'll notice over here in the Equipment Detail box, we have our inverter, which is PV powered, PVP 4800. String 1 right now has all 27 modules associated with it, while String 2 and String 3 have 0. We go back to our design status box, and we're reminded that the maximum number of modules per string is 9, and right now we have 27. We also know that each string should have the same number of modules, and again the reminder that this inverter can have up to 3 strings. To reassign modules to a particular string, we go back to the Modules tab. I'm going to leave the top row assigned to inverter or string number 1. So I'm going to click with my mouse and drag to highlight the whole second row of panels. You'll notice I have the select string box appear in the equipment detail section. Simply click the drop down arrow, select string number 2, and click assign. And now in our screen you see that the middle row is assigned to string number 2. We're going to repeat this process with the third row, and we're going to assign those to string number 3. Once we've done that, we have no errors in our design status box. We also notice that we right now have an annual production of 6,858 kilowatt hours. However, we still need to apply the derate factor. To do that, we'll click on the derate tab. We have the options to set the derate at a certain percentage, use the calculated derate, which is based upon the inverter and panels, or use the inverter derate only. We'll select calculated derate. The box will appear for you to input information if some of the system has changed, such as the sun tracking, the system availability. We'll leave those alone for now and simply click OK. We notice our derate is 7.70, and we see here that our annual kilowatt production is now 5,798 kilowatt hours per year.